Of all the crazy headlines that go up about Mr. Kanye West, I will always have a soft spot for him. I genuinely think he's a good dude, and that's because of a personal experience I had with him. I used to be a backup dancer for Mr. Kanye West many, many years ago. It was when he came to Australia for the Splendor in the Grass show, and he came to town and he hired like 20 Australian girls to be his ballerinas. Now, one night after the show, we went back to his penthouse, all of us dancers and his crew, and we went for the after party. A bunch of us were out on the veranda, so there was like Kanye, the two ballerinas that he traveled with, the female ballerinas that he traveled with, and then he had like a bit of a posse that came around and traveled with him. Kanye was inside on his laptop, I don't know, doing something, and a bunch of us were out on the veranda, we were like dancing and drinking and all this sort of stuff. Now, we were all sitting around, and a bunch of the guys that were like Kanye's little posse were like standing around, and they were like dancing and twerking, and they're like, blah, 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 join in. And I was like, oh no, I'm okay. I'm just sitting here. I'm just relaxing, just chilling. And out of all the girls, I think I was probably the thickest, right? So I don't know, I'm generalizing here, but I think the Americans liked thick girls, and they like were honing in on me. They were like, come on, dance, twerk, come on, get up, twerk, blah, blah, blah. And they were like full on shaking their bum, like trying to like get me to do what they wanted to do. And there was one of Kanye's dancers, she was like grinding on one of the guys, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to do that. And they were all like, it was a lot of pressure. Like I could feel the walls closing in on me. I felt really, really uncomfortable. I kept saying no, and they were like, come on. And I kept saying no, and they kept coming in. And I was getting to this point where I was like, I feel really unsafe here. Like there was a bunch of really intimidating dudes like honing in on me, asking me to like dance and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Kanye literally like burst through them and was like, bro, she said no. And I was like, whoa. And he was like, she said no, so stop asking her to do it, all right? And they were like, okay, sorry bro. And they like backed up, and he like came and sat next to me, and he was like, look, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. Like they're just being dicks. Like you don't have to do anything, just have fun chilling. And I was like, oh my God. Like in that moment, I felt really, really unsafe. Like there was a bunch of guys asking me to do something that I didn't want to do, and Kanye told them to back off. So like of all the things that I see about him, at the crux of it all, I think he's a good dude. Maybe he does some crazy shit, but I will always have a soft spot for you, yay.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I ain't mean to leave y'all without a dope beat to step to, but I came across this woman saying that Kanye West stepped in and intervened. Now, there's a lot of things that I think about Kanye West. I never pegged him for a rapist. Call me naive. There's just certain people I just don't believe are capable of certain shit. Right? Like Kimbo Slice. I don't believe he could be feminine in the least bit. Right? Would never... Well, he ain't alive now, but when he was, I would never think that he'd wear a tutu. Right? It's just not in his biological makeup. Kanye it seems the same way. He doesn't seem, when he got money, but that's not necessarily a reason why you wouldn't, but it's a damn good reason why you wouldn't. So I don't know. I hope all this shit is false, because it just seems ironic that these white guys running entertainment and they only got Harvey Weinstein. Meanwhile, they going after every nigga in entertainment. R. Kelly, Diddy. They done tried to go after Trey Songz like 30 times. Chris Brown got a documentary about how he was beating hoes up, even though we only know him for beating up one chick. I'm not saying it's right. It's not really a track record there, right? And I don't hold nothing against a person. They do something one time, they ain't do it again, and in the last 20 years, what are we still talking about? That sounds like you ain't letting shit go. In any event, if y'all like this episode, let me know what you think. Leave a comment, all that fly stuff, and I'm out.